Hi, my name is Daran Wallman, and in this video, you're going to learn how to make a percussion sound while playing the didgeridoo. I call this the air drum sound. So I'm going to demonstrate first with the didgeridoo. Basic percussion sound. Now there are three different ways that I teach people how to do this, three different ways that I do this. So one is blowing a short burst of air like you're spitting a sunflower seed or you're spitting a watermelon seed. So imagine you have the seed close to the tip of your mouth. Using your tongue, you build up pressure, pulling the tongue back, spitting the seed out of your mouth. It's a short burst of air. You're not blowing after, you're not like that. You're emitting a short burst of air and you're closing your lips tight again. If I exaggerate this with my tongue, again, so my tongue is right behind my lips, right tight to my lips. I build up pressure, I pull my tongue back, my lips open and close really quickly, making that percussion sound. I'll use it, again, I'll show you on the didge, and then I'll go off the didge and on the didge so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, the second is the second way that you can make this percussion sound is by just using your lips. So the tongue is relaxed in this part. It's going to be not as strong because you're just using the strength of the lips, the embouchure of the lips. So making like a pip, pip, or pop, pop, pip, pop, or pop. So it's PP, P-I-P. So I'm not using any vocals, but it's so if I use, again, I'll just demonstrate through the didgeridoo. I'll play on the didgeridoo and I'll go off and on so you can see what I'm doing. And the third one is my favorite and the one that I use pretty much all the time if I'm doing any kind of percussion, is I'm using my tongue, but my tongue isn't forward. This time my tongue is on the back of my top of my palate. So the middle of my tongue is on the top of my palate. I build up pressure with my lips, and then my tongue slaps downward as my lips open. Let a little burst of air and I close my lips tight, my tongue goes back. So again, I'll demonstrate with the didgeridoo on and off. So my tongue is not going forward like in the very first one I demonstrated. My tongue is going from the back of my palate down and even back a little bit. That's what my tongue is doing when I'm doing this. So you can start by playing, play with all the three of these. Start by playing slowly and then work on getting a rhythm and playing with that. So again, we're not doing any circular breathing. We're just making this very basic and simple. Take a deep belly breath in. And I'll just do it a little bit faster. I'll just play with this a little bit. That's what we're doing. So a couple things that we can try when we're doing this, practice doing this, is making our lips a little bit looser. Now this is like really subtle, because if the lips are looser at all, it'll be just there'll be hardly any percussion whatsoever. So making our lips a little looser, we'll have more of a lower, deeper percussion. Tighten our lips, we'll have a higher percussion. So I'll practice this. So I'll do 2 lower and 2 higher. So it's almost like a toot. So I'm not putting pressure to make a toot. It's a higher, lips a little tighter, making a little higher percussion sound. So I'm going to use my hand. If my hand's open, that's a lower percussion. If my hand's tighter, go like this, it's a tighter lip percussion to help you better understand what I'm doing. So you can see a little variation even in my lips. So here's the lower percussion, higher percussion. So if I do it through the didgeridoo again, and I'll just play it up and down a little bit. So starting out, take a deep belly breath of air and just try to get that percussion crisp, and so it's like a little block of sound. Common mistakes is people try to push air after it. Again, you don't want to push any air. It's just a one little block of sound like that. A nice good thing to practice as you start building and practicing this. See how many percussions you can get on one deep belly breath. Again, it's always focusing on a really deep belly breath, belly breathing, that deep diaphragmatic breathing as a really foundational bedrock of your didgeridoo playing and helping you have a strong, healthy body. So taking a deep breath, let's do it together. Deep breath in. And that was my end of my deep belly breath. So I hope you found this video helpful. There's some text below the YouTube video that explains a bit more about this technique. There's also some information on my circular breathing videos and more about who I do and what I am. Thank you so much for joining me, and have the best day ever.